Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the truth, where the truth don't lie. 3 T's, no lie. Welcome to the truth, where the truth don't lie. Three T's, no lie. Welcome to the truth, where the truth don't lie. 3 T's, no lie. Welcome to the truth, where the truth don't lie. Three T's, no lie. Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the truth. Three T's, no lie. Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the truth. Three. Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the truth.
Welcome to T.D.T Talk, where we tell you
the damn truth.
Welcome to the truth, where the truth don't lie.
All right, co-host, welcome to the truth, where the truth don't lie. T.D.T
Hey.
Talk.
3DT. I mean, I said 3DT.
I don't know what 3DT is.
3 T's, no lie.
Yes. Look, y'all come on in the room. Hello. We have a great show for you all tonight. Much needed during this time of year, during this holiday sweet season. What up, LaSwain? All right,
what up, Swain?
Let us know who's with us tonight. I need all of y'all energy. It's a Friday. It is a Friday.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh. I need it. But I ain't gonna lie, I've missed y'all, and it's been a Friday. It has been the case of the Fridays. I am tired, but I look forward to being able to talk with y'all. Like, man, this be my therapy. Like, I'm not gonna pay nobody when I got TDT. I don't need to pay nobody. Hey.
So the topic tonight, what are we talking about here tonight? Oh, please. Let's see. Tonight we are talking about the holidays just aren't the same, losing someone you love. Yes. So we're going to talk about the different types of loss.
Yes.
Tonight. So this will be more of a serious show. At least starting off.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Starting off. Y'all know I can't, unless we talking about some just misconduct, sexual misconduct, y'all know I gotta be goofy.
What the world? Okay.
So
right,
it's supposed to be a serious topic, but we're gonna have a little fun with it because it's the holidays. 'Tis the season to get turned up. Fa la 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 la. It's that time. And we got to have fun, and we need to be able to recognize our mental health during this time. This is that one time of the year, Sharon, where it kind of creeps up on people. It's not, like anticipated. It could be a great start of the week, and then all of a sudden it just takes a turn for the worse the closer we get to the holidays.
Yeah, absolutely. This time of year, so we have the holidays back to back, right? So, Carl, we'll go ahead and let's jump into it. So welcome to T.D.T Talk, where we tell you
the holiday truth and woes. Yes.
There it is. So many of us have experienced some type of loss of a loved one. So, that's where we will start off tonight, because the holidays really, really remind you, that loved one is no longer with you. So Thanksgiving isn't the same. The holidays just aren't the same. This whole holiday season isn't the same. Christmas is coming up next. So just a month in between these holidays, back to back. And if you've lost someone earlier in this year, recently, it really, really, really hits home when it's holiday season, when it's time for all the family to come together. So holiday traditions, you have these trauma reminders and triggers, things that make you remember your loved one, right? So maybe certain traditions that you had, maybe your family member, something that they used to cook for Thanksgiving, some happy memory that you used to have of them during Thanksgiving, then Christmas, what is it like when these people are no longer with us and we are experiencing these holidays for the first time, right? So, grief. So some of us may still be in the bereavement process and experiencing symptoms of grief. Grief is very individualized. People grieve differently. So I'll start off by basically saying that the process of grieving It involves sadness. It's so many different emotions, right? So they can range from sadness, anger, loneliness. It can feel painful
Mm-hmm.
to some people. Some of the memories that you have, just painful emotions.
So
Um,
hold on,
mhm.
because you giving us good stuff, and Swain brought it up. So y'all, before we dive into this even further, we are going to be talking about things today that can be very triggering. If you are triggered at any point, and feel like you want to be able to get that help, please reach out to us. Depending on where you are, we can help you. And we are partnered with Naisha White, very good at what she does. Sharon has her own practice now as well. So if you're in the North Carolina area and you need someone to talk to, reach out to us, and we will get you the help that you need. But go ahead, Sharon. Come on. You were identifying specific emotions that a lot of people are familiar with, but what about those emotions they are not familiar with?
Well, I mean, it's a very individualized thing. So it can range. It can be very different from one person to the next. So some
Mm-hmm.
people feel like, oh, well, in order for you to experience the loss of someone, you should be like crying and really sad all the time. No, not necessarily. Some people may not connect with, crying. They may grieve in other ways. Um, so yeah, I mean, it just looks very differently. Any emotion that you can think of having can possibly happen um, when you're grieving. Easily irritable, and sometimes you're not even aware, especially with the being easily irritable,
Mm-hmm.
easily agitated, things like that, because you're displaying these behaviors. People around you notice it, but you're really not tuned in and paying attention
And
to it.
and one thing I thought was very interesting, I was speaking to a client of mine, and they were going through the grieving process. And one thing that they told me that I found very interesting that made me want to kind of do some more research on it is, there's 7 stages of grief. However, they turned to their own form of coping mechanism, and we had to process, was that really healthy? Was it healthy in the time to get over someone, that you lost? It was maybe 6 months to a year, but in that time frame, they became very sexually active, and that was their way of forgetting that pain because it eased that pain in the moment. And so I want you guys to be mindful. Like Sharon is bringing up a lot of good things, but there are also things that you think are normal, but because you're doing it in an excessive amount, doing things that are way too much, be it consuming alcohol. A lot of people like, I need to take the edge off, so I'm gonna drink this fifth of hen. Well, now that fifth of hen then turned into 2/5 of hen and a gallon, and then now it then turned into a cognac chaser. You try to fill that void, and a lot of people do it, and they turn to sex, they turn to drugs, they turn to something to relieve that pain. But I want you to know, like, be mindful. Moderation is key, definitely key. I'm not going to tell you that taking 2 shots may not help you in that moment, but what I will say is when those 2 shots turn into a full bottle and you're searching for that next bottle, that next drink to make you feel numb and just dull the pain, that's when you really need to start to talk to someone. Get the help that you need, be it a friend, be it a professional. A lot of times we like to bottle things up because we feel like we can bear the weight of the world, but we've talked about that in several shows. What are you supposed to do when your knees buckle? And the loss of someone, that definitely hits differently than you stubbing your toe, because that's an instant pain, and after a few minutes and a few good swear words, you're pretty good. You healed. It still may hurt a little bit, but you're healed. But when you lose someone, a lot of us lose sight on those morals and those, I was about to say ethics, but those family values that we've learned from someone. You know what I mean? So I think being able to, I like to call it that cognitive reconstructioning, when you take that negative and turn it into something positive, remembering them for who they was, especially if you lose a grandma or a parent. Um, would they want you sad in this moment?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us have kids to live for, nieces and nephews, spouses, a relationship of some sort. Would they want you to be feeling that kind of pain? No, I don't. Any good-hearted person don't want their loved ones to be in a perpetual state of pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. And some of the things you touched on were some of those unhealthy coping skills. Sometimes when people are grieving while they're mourning the loss of a loved one or through the bereavement period, we do practice unhealthy coping skills like drinking too much, or sexual activity, extremely high, risky type behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people describe a feeling of numbness and they just want to feel something. So we
Mm-hmm.
reach and try to do things to try and make us feel. Some people end up self-harming. So it's a lot of different things that happen. But during the what's called bereavement period, which is while you are feeling or experiencing these feelings and emotions of grief, whenever you lose someone, about 30 days, you are going to go through a natural grief process. Some people are more resilient than others, so they may go through that mourning process quicker than other
Mm-hmm.
people. You find yourself still in a stuck place after about 30 days, and you know that you are not functioning like you were previously prior to them passing, then that's when you know it's time to talk to someone. Like, you don't want to let it go and linger on too long. So some of the things that you go through when you talk to a counselor is processing the grief and the loss, processing some of these feelings that you have around it. Some people feel hurt and betrayed by the
Mm-hmm.
loss of a loved one. If a person committed suicide, the person that's left has so many questions of why. Well, why did you do it? Why did you do it in front of me? Why did
Mm-hmm.
you leave me? There's a lot of hurt, anger, and pain that comes along with that as well. Processing through these feelings, you can't do it alone. It doesn't go away. You can try and avoid it, but it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely something that you want to work through and process through. I think one thing that's important as well, whenever we lose someone, it doesn't mean that we have to forget them, like you were saying. It doesn't mean that we have to put them and the memories of them behind. You can actually take them with you throughout life and grow them up with you, and
Mm-hmm.
bring them into new memories that you have. That's something that we do in grief therapy a little further down the line. But moving on with your life doesn't mean that you have forgotten the person that you love. So these are just some important things to keep in mind whenever you have lost someone.
Yep.
One
I
thing
agree.
we don't get to anymore are those 7 stages of grief, because those 7 stages of grief basically told us you have to go from step A, B, C to get to D, E, F, and G. And since we know that grieving is very individualized, you can get to a good place in your grieving process 3-4 months from now. And then
Mm-hmm.
just like that, you feel like you're back at day one. So you have isolation of feelings too. So, we don't typically go by those 7 stages anymore, because we can't tell a person, yeah, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do that. Although some of those are pretty spot on. Not everybody experiences it, and it leaves other people kind of lost and left out when they don't go through it,
Mm-hmm.
feeling like something's wrong with them. But yeah, so one thing that I like to do with my clients who have lost someone is kind of assess these like 4 phases of mourning. So the first thing would be like accepting the reality of the loss, right? So it really happened. This is something that really happened in your life. It's something very significant that happened in your life. It's very serious. So not trying to brush it off, trying to ignore it, but just really saying, yeah, this happened. This happened to me. And just accepting the reality that that person is no longer with you.
Mm-hmm.
And once you can accept it, then we move towards like processing the pain and the grief. So that's processing how you really feel about it. If you are mad at your loved one, you may feel some guilt behind being mad at them. So we want to
Mm-hmm.
process through this guilt. That guilt's probably eating you up, and you maybe feeling like you're feeling very selfish, whatever. You may feel ashamed. That based on how the person, that happens a lot with suicide, where the person feels ashamed. My loved one committed suicide. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want anyone to know.
Mm-hmm.
So then we try to cover things up, right? So being able to process through these emotions, being able to name these emotions, how you're really, really feeling, and then getting into it and talking about it, and going through these emotions, allowing yourself to feel your feelings rather than trying to bury them, would be the next phase to get to. Then, you have to adjust to this new world. So your life has changed. You are
Mm-hmm.
different. You are no longer the same whenever you lose someone that you love. So your worldview could possibly change. Your daily tasks could possibly change. Everything about the world as you know it now could change due to a loss of a loved one. So now
Mm-hmm.
you have to learn how to adapt and how to adjust to this new world and this new life that you're living. Your self-identity may change because of the person that you lost, based on who it was. So those are things to like peel back and work through and process through as well. And then lastly, remembering your loved one while you move forward in life. So some people, after they've lost a loved one, are like scared to continue to live themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
They feel like, how am I going to go out and like enjoy myself, enjoy life when I no longer have this person with me? So sometimes there's shame and guilt surrounding that, about continuing to just live and move forward with your life. Some people who've lost a spouse, they have, shame and guilt about dating again, possibly getting married again. What are the family members going to say? What are my other loved ones going to say? They may feel like they're betraying the person that they lost. So
Mm-hmm.
being able to still be able to know that it is okay for your life to continue to go on, for you to continue to enjoy the life that you have left to live, create new relationships. It's totally fine. Doesn't mean that you're leaving the memory of the person that you lost behind.
That's nice. I like it. We kind of the same
So
when it comes to that.
as a grief therapist, that's what I do. That's what your girl do.
See, I love
So
it. I'm not a grief therapist. I handle grief a lot differently than my counterparts, my other counterparts. Um, yeah, but we take the same approach with a lot of things. I just switch mine around, but I love it. Like you take 7 to 4 because I never really agreed with the grieving process and how people up they're bargaining, up they're angry, up they're
they're in
sad.
denial.
Like I go through them emotions on a daily basis, and I ain't lost nobody. So
That's my trip to Walmart, depending on the day.
that part, that's mine. If I'm stuck in traffic, it's some bargaining. Lord, if
Yes.
4 of them catch a flat tire and swerve to the right, Jesus, I'm okay with it by your will, But I just feel like let it be His way. I just feel like with grieving, a lot of us tend to get caught in our own mindscape. We begin to create a narrative that's so gloomy. And oftentimes we forget the happiness. It's that fear of loneliness or a void that person had in your life that we forget to really live in the moment. And like you said, I love how you reference, once we've accepted it, how do we adjust? How do we shift our life and our narrative from having that support to now living without that support and possibly being that support for someone else? So I think, especially around this time, I know we all heard about the Green and White Ranger who committed suicide. And that was crazy. Tommy, yeah. You didn't hear Tommy committed suicide?
Tommy who? What's a Green and White Ranger? I don't know what that
He
is.
was the Green Ranger. Sharon, now I know you've seen the
Power
original Power
Rangers?
Rangers. Yes.
Help us, Holy Spirit.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't follow the Power Rangers.
Yeah,
So the
well,
green
this
and
was
the
back
white,
in the day. He was the
okay,
original Green Ranger
the
that
OGG
became the
green,
white. Yeah, he the OG. So
and he became
Tommy,
okay.
R.I.P. I want to say his name was Jason David or David Jason. If anybody know his name, please put it in the thing. I want to say it was Jason David Davis. It was one of them. But he committed suicide, and
Okay.
he was around my age. And just reading the story from his wife, talking about how they went out on a date, they danced the night away, they sat at the bar drinking till it closed, and she went to go get something sweet, and he took his life. And
Mhm.
just like you said, with people that commit suicide, I think that's a really hard time, especially if it is around the holidays or anytime there is that special moment and you don't have someone there, because you didn't get that closure. It
Mhm.
wasn't because they passed away due to a terminal illness or a tragic event, a car accident, something like that. It was a decision that person came with and followed through with. And for those of us that are left in the aftermath, that can be a hard pill to swallow. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel like if you've lost someone in time, you can get through it. But if you've lost someone due to suicide, please reach out to someone. Please get that help, just because that's a different kind of pain that not everyone is equipped for,
Yeah,
especially if there was an argument or any kind of disagreement before that happened. That's a different kind of pain.
yeah, that would be like a traumatic loss, right? So any type
Hmm.
of sudden type loss of any type, tragic type losses as well, are more traumatic for you because you have no time at all to prepare.
Yeah.
It's just like life changed in a second, in a moment's time for you. Yeah, so those are often more times challenging to deal with. So yeah,
And speaking from experience, because I lost two family members. I want to say it's now 2 years ago. I lost two family members to a coward, a straight punk. And losing them was very sad because it makes you feel like, dang, I should have reached out more. Dang, I should have called. Dang, we should have connected on Facebook more, or whoo, I should have pennied and pinched just to be able to go see them in Texas, like be able to see my family and knowing that I'll never get to see them again. But the part that pisses me off, and let's normalize being angry.
yeah,
Everybody wants you to be pixie dust and rainbows and fart glitter. That's not realistic. Let's normalize being angry, because the fact that this coward is still in jail awaiting a trial, that pisses me off,
mhm,
because you killed not one, not just one, you killed two of my family members, mother and son. Like, and you're walking freely. That baffles me. So if anyone is telling you, oh my God, don't be angry, the hell with them. They're not living in their truth. If you're not angry behind a tragedy, or you're not experiencing some type of emotion, there's a blockage, and that
mhm.
could be detrimental for you as well. So, for the people that try to rush you through it, I'm not saying dwell in that anger forever and a day. Amen. Definitely not telling you that. That's not healthy. What I am saying is it's okay to be pissed off. It's
Yeah,
okay to be mad. It's okay to hate that person in the moment. It's okay. Let's normalize being okay with the emotions that we feel, because we've spent so much of our life with people trying to have us prim and proper 24/7. And that's why we have people committing mass murders and mass shootings every damn day of the week. At this point, it's damn near becoming desensitized from the amount of people that keep. You can't go to Walmart. You can't go to church. You can't go to a football game. You can't go to a bowling alley. Like, damn, we can't go. No, the gas station was a hit and miss there for a while, too.
with the DC sniper show was.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
let's normalize being upset. It's okay. It is okay. Hey, Donna.
Hey, Donna. Yeah, so you know, I like how you said, don't let people like rush you through how you're feeling. Because no, you should sit in those feelings and allow yourself to feel those feelings and just take that time. Take that time to mourn the loss. And like Carl said, just be very, very honest about how you're feeling. That's the part that's going to help you really acknowledge and accept that the loss did happen. And once you get that, it's like if you haven't even accepted it and someone's telling you to think positively and all this other stuff that you're not quite ready for, you're not going to hear it. You're not going to be able to receive it at that time. So it is a process that you go through. Definitely, if after 30 days you are still struggling with the grieving process, then definitely see a professional so that you can get some help with that. So I lost my mom in January this year. She actually had a stroke a couple of days after Christmas. So it was important to me. Grief was not something I was able to properly process myself prior to me, doing the grief therapy certification process. But yeah, so it was just it was really important for me because I'm like, me, the therapist, don't process grief well. I can imagine other people are not either. And this is really an area where I wanted to be better. I wanted to do better. And then I wanted to be able to help people. So help people get through it because it will happen. You live long enough, you will lose someone.
And can we add to that, Sharon? Because when you lost your mom, that was hard. And I'm your friend, and I'm not around the corner no more, down the street. But also normalize being a friend. And a friend doesn't have to just be, girl, Sharon, I get it. This too shall pass. Sometimes I can't speak for Sharon, but I hope I was a good friend for the times that I called to check in on you. But the one thing I can't stand is someone who wants to be cheerful and make a joyful noise during a sad moment. Damn that. Don't tell me this too shall pass. Don't tell me the sun will come out tomorrow. I don't give a fuck if the sun blew off. I don't care. Don't tell me that. Like, be a friend and be in that moment. If they're pissed, sometimes just shut up, close your mouth, be quiet, and let your friend vent. Let your friend unpack their feelings before you want to jump in. And as a friend, we always want to fix. We always want to tinker and we want to fix everything and we want to be that person. But sometimes just shut the hell up. You'll be okay.
Yeah, and I like how you said that because, well, for me, I'm just the type of person that I am. Anytime a person takes the time out of their day to think about me, whatever that looks like, I'm appreciative of it. So all the calls and the text messages and everything. But I like what you said. Sometimes people are very uncomfortable around a person when they have lost someone. Sometimes your friends may shy away because they don't know what to say to you. The people that you thought should be there for you. You look around and they are nowhere to be found. It's uncomfortable. It's awkward. Sometimes people just don't know what to say to someone who has lost someone. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to upset them even more. So I'm glad you actually brought that up because that is a very common thing. And what a person who has lost someone needs is a support system. We need a solid, healthy support system. And most of the time, that's the people around you that can just sit there in silence with you. Someone that can reassure you that, hey, I'm here. It's okay for you to feel however you feel. What can I take care of for you? Or just be proactive and just do some stuff. My friends that just showed up, like I didn't ask, just showed up and stepped in and just did stuff. It meant the world to me, and then the person who has lost someone doesn't want to burden other people and make them sad. Like one of my besties, my mom passed on her birthday. So I didn't tell her until the next day. It happened that night, but I didn't tell her until the next day. And she was like, don't ever feel like you ever need to do that. She was like, I don't care what day it is. She was like, it don't matter. Don't ever do that. And I was like, oh, You're right. You're right. So, just having those type of people in your life that you can count on like that, identifying who your support system is, because everybody's not going to be a part of your support system when you have lost someone.
That
person
part.
that you feel like you thought you could count on for anything may not be there, and don't be disappointed by that. If anything, be understanding that, hey, they may not know how to handle grief themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So they are probably a little distant. Doesn't mean you need to go reaching out to them, because you're not going to be in the headspace for that either.
Mm-hmm.
But don't hold grudges. Don't get upset with people. There may be some people that you have to check too, because people go crazy when you have lost somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You may have to get to one or two people. Just make sure that it's not because you are irritable or agitated and you're just responding to the emotions that you're not processing yourself. But yeah.
Yes. See,
So,
we're touching on a lot.
Yes. Hey, Vanessa. Yes. And Vanessa says that is oftentimes the best thing to do. Be quiet and listen. Yeah. So the text messages, the ones that just said, hey, I'm here.
That
and,
part.
You need anything. Just checking on you, to just checking on you. I had a friend that did that too. Like every day he was like, just checking on you.
Mm-hmm.
It meant the world, because if I needed to call him, I could have. But he was like, I'm here. Just checking. Just random stuff like that, means a lot.
So now look, we done talked about some sad things. We done talked about some suicide.
I'm ready to transition and turn this right on over to losing that other kind of loss, right? That relationship loss.
That part. Now look, because Sharon brought us
4 phases, Carl, the same 4 phases I went through. Uh-huh. You can apply these same 4 phases to losing somebody that don't need to be in your life no more anyway.
Yes, Lord. Now look, Sharon gave us the 4, and if you don't remember the 4, rewind it back. Favor this. So send Carl, the thumbs up.
Look, Carl, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go through the 4 again, but I'm gonna let you this time discuss it as far as like the loss of a relationship.
Boom. All right, go ahead, Coach. I'm ready.
All right. So the first phase would be accepting the reality of the loss.
In this stage, this is the part of the stage where you have to really weigh your pros and cons. You're accepting it. What did they feed my soul?
Yes.
How did they help me to prosper? How did I help them be the best them they could be? See, Sharon had me feeling like that Wipe Me Down jam challenge. I thought she was going to come in like Beyonce. Don't do that. You know I've been drinking. Don't do that. All right, what's the number 2?
All right, so number 2 is processing the pain and the grief of the loss.
This is that point in your life that it's going to feel like a Hallmark moment. You're going to remember all the good times. The times you seen them throwing up and you was holding their hair back. And then they said, thank you, friend. And their breath was smelling like, I'll be damned. This is that part.
Heck no.
This that part. And then it's going to be this feeling, this healthy, rejuvenative feeling that's going to come over you. That's going to let you know, I don't fuck with you. It's going to let you know that I can't. This ain't you. You were a reason, not a season. Sometimes we get that confused. A lot of y'all get that confused that this season, this temporary.
Say that again.
Some of y'all get confused and make that temporary a long-term permanent residence, and they taking up occupancy and causing you stress. They done hunched on your baby daddy, your baby mama, 2 of your cousins, and a sister a few times behind your back. Ain't nobody said nothing. They done borrowed $1,100 that turned into some $1,000. They got 4 crumb snatching kids that they always want you to babysit. When the holidays come, they got a bunch of to-go plates, but never bring in no food. Not one. They don't bring in no table scraps or crumbs. Sometimes those seasons need to remain seasoning. It's to enhance the flavor. Season that shit and chuck it. They don't know.
But look, Carl, sometimes when you lose somebody that you love, right? You have been in this relationship, for example,
Yes.
for 2 years of your life.
2 years.
And this person cheated on you, right? And it
Mm-hmm.
just tore up your entire world. And now
Yes.
you are depressed mood, because you're not in depression. You feel
Mm-hmm.
like depressed mood, just sad all the time, crying all the time, can't eat,
Mm-hmm.
can't sleep, losing weight, or the other way, eating everything in sight, gaining
Mm-hmm.
weight, just not yourself. You're not going out, you're not doing your hair, you're not doing
Mm-hmm.
anything that you used to enjoy and love to do anymore. And you feel like you just can't go on because this person has left you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Processing that type of grief and pain is a deep thing. It takes time. It
It
takes time.
do.
Sometimes when you have lost someone that you've been in a relationship with, and you accepted the loss and
Mm-hmm.
you recognize the significance of the loss. We spent 2 years together. I gave him everything and all of me, and he took it and threw it all down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
Woe is me. It is okay to sit in that emotion,
Mm-hmm.
feel your feels, but like Carl said, you cannot stay there.
Mm-mm.
You
Mm-mm.
got to get on the other side of it, but you got to go through it. You have
You got to.
to
You
go
have
through it.
to. You have to, because that's the only way
A
you
lot of
gonna
the
grow.
time, a lot of the times, especially Black women, we be like, oh, well, F him, I don't care, no way, I ain't need him, whatever. And we try to put up this front,
Mm-hmm.
like we're tough and it ain't phase me and I don't care or whatever. It just depends on how much that person meant to you,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes the loss ain't that big of a deal. My cutoff game is real strong, especially because accepting the reality of loss, the first thing is understanding who that person was to you, the
Mm-hmm.
significance of the loss. Did you really lose something?
That
And how much
part.
did you really lose? Okay. Once you get the reality of that together, that kind of helps you with the pain and the grief that you're going to go through.
Mm-hmm. Well
Yeah.
put. What's number three? What's trait?
Next one. So now you need to adjust to the world, or figure out how to adjust to the world, your new world, without your loved one. Now, y'all been riding for 2 years, and all y'all done got mutual friends together. Everybody on Facebook, Instagram know all your business,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're writing this long letter about how he cheated on you and got 2 kids on the side. And
See.
now you got to learn how to live this whole world without this person. There was
Mm-hmm.
so this isn't, totally related to this conversation, but there was this lady on, I think it was maybe YouTube or Instagram, whatever, but she was selling paparazzi. She was
Mm-hmm.
dating this guy, I think maybe for a couple of years. They lived together. She went to Las Vegas or somewhere for a paparazzi convention. And when
Mm-hmm.
she got back, he had took everything out their apartment and left her.
Mm-hmm.
So she was all alone there, the whole woe is me, sharing her pain with the world and her whole story with the world about how he did this terrible thing to her.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel about that type of public expression of your pain?
Now look, y'all. We have gotten into this new world where we feel like everybody needs to know our damn business. Let's not normalize that anymore. TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Reddit and all these shit, then sometimes you just need to hurt in silence. In the sense of everyone that supports you ain't supporting you. Don't have everybody wishing you well wishes, do not wish you the best. And I feel like sometimes when you go through an event such as that can be very traumatic. That could have been their first love. They could have lost their virginity to that person, all sorts of things. But I like to call it a factory reset. This is your time to do the things they may not have allowed you to do, the things you wanted to do, but they weren't comfortable with. They wanted you to look a certain way and act a certain way, and that really wasn't you, and you lost yourself in the sauce. So I think it's a good opportunity to factory reset. You don't need everybody in your ear whispering what they feel should do or what would be right for you. And oftentimes we do look for that solace in other people just so that we can feel better. But sometimes you are all you need. And when we live in a world that's populated on likes and views and subscribes and all of this stuff, we begin to feel like our validation is based on what other people feel about us. And that's where we start to get screwed. Because if I gave a damn about what half the people thought about me, whew, I'd probably go crazy. And if half the people knew what I was thinking about what they thought about me, they would probably want to fight me.
Yeah, they would for sure. So adjusting to this new world without your loved one, you know, you have to again adapt to this new identity that you have. You are now a single person all over again. You know, you've been through this embarrassing breakup, if it was embarrassing, hurtful, painful. You felt the feelings, and now, you know, you got to hold your head up high and adapt to your new worldview. Because you know, you're probably gonna see the world a little differently. You're probably not gonna choose. You are gonna evaluate your choices. You're gonna, you know, think through that relationship, like you were saying. You know, what was really good, what was really good though. You know, was it really good? And go through that, see that you can make better choices the next time. And sometimes this stuff just comes out of left field. Sometimes people be gaming, right? And you all in love with this person, you're being genuine. They were never genuine from the beginning, and literally pull one over on you. It happens all the time. And now you have to pick yourself up and keep moving forward. But you do have to adapt to who you've changed into. There's some growth behind it. There is some growth behind it. So being able to pull out, you know, the things that made you stronger throughout this process, you know, made you wiser, that you will pay attention to that maybe you are not keyed into before. You got to remember those things.
Can I add one thing on here, Sharon? Because as you said that, it was speaking to my soul. Speak to my heart, Holy Spirit. That's a gospel song. Look it up. It's really good. I want to say it's Fred Hammond and the Family. Really good. Now, look, because God put it on my heart, so it's meant for me to share with my viewers.
Amen.
Do not hold the next person responsible for the foolishness you recently went through. Side note to that, I tell all my single friends, I don't got many because people get on my damn nerves. Let's be honest. People get on my nerves. I am in a business to help people because I love helping other people. But that don't mean you got to be my friend, associate, or acquaintance. That is not what that means. It means I will help you through a situation. But if you have my personal number, please know that I love and trust you, because not many people even know my real name.
There it is.
If you are jumping into a relationship and you are given A game, and by A game, because we're going to be honest, let's be honest. This is T.D.T Talk, Sharon, where what do we tell you, Sharon?
We tell you the damn truth here. Now, I need to know what is A game. I need to know.
So I'm going to speak to the ladies, and then fellas, I'm going to come to y'all next. Ladies, when you meet a man and he fine, he fine. He the type of man that make your panties just want to do backflips. Okay. And you have come to that conscious decision that you about to give him that church praise. When you know you're about to drop it like it's hot and pick it up with the Meg Thee Stallion knees, don't do that. You stupid as hell. Don't do that. Do not give your A game when you just meet someone.
Okay.
That's stupid.
Look. Okay, so what do you suggest that women do?
You need to give B game, borderline C game, because see, that's going to let you know if a person is willing to work with you, because someone that is in tune with their body and their pleasure, they know what they like. Less teeth, more drool, stop the forehead, things of that nature. They're going to let you know. But someone that is telling you, oh my gosh, Sharon, that thing was fire, and you know you gave B game, at
Mm.
best C, you know they lying. That's not even for you.
But
Stop giving.
that person may have never experienced.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. You know counterfeit. You know counterfeit. I know if your jaws have been doing the Kanye West workout plan. I know.
Oh my
I
God.
know that if I jump off into that southern smile and feel nothing but a warm apple pie, I know you have not been around the block, circled back, and got buried under the parking garage. I know. But
Father.
ladies, stop giving your A game to bum individuals. And y'all do it.
Look, how about stop picking the bum?
Stop picking the bums. Fella,
And don't give him nothing up
if he
front.
asks you for money because he
Nothing.
don't get paid until Friday, that's a red flag.
Yes.
If
You
he
should.
asks to borrow your car, red flag. If he asks to come live with you because his mama, baby daddy, sister, cousin then kicked him out of the house and he ain't got nowhere to stay, that is a red flag. If your mama put you out the damn house, that's a red flag. If your cousin put you out the house, that's a red damn flag. What the hell is wrong with you? Where your own kin is like, nah, bro, you got to go.
You know what?
Ladies.
I'm kind of glad you brought that up because I used to be for living together before you got married because I felt like you need to love a person to understand the habits. But I think I've adjusted that. I don't no. I feel
So
like
where do you stand on the sex? Because before you was, I'm waiting until the Lord, and we had a talk on T.D.T about that. I said you foolish as hell. There, if you think I am about to wait until my married day to break you off a piece of this Kit Kat bar, what if your Kuda Kat got cobwebs? What if that thing is drier than the Sahara Desert?
if
What if your Gok 3000 is barely a 1500?
no, not a 1500. Okay. First thing, you
Uh-huh.
want, like Plain said, stop choosing you want to stop choosing the bums, okay?
Uh-huh.
You have to be where you are not distracted. Sex
Mm-hmm.
is distracting for people. It clouds your judgment. You sitting here settling for stuff because he's swinging real good, like, oh
Uh-huh.
well, it ain't that bad. No, it is that bad. It is that bad. All the stuff he's doing that you should not be settling for, it really is that bad. Actually, it's worse. But you can't see
That part.
clearly. So you
Mm-hmm.
need to wait. A person will show you who they are. But honestly, y'all, they it's not the 90-day thing, Steve Harvey. That's very old at this point.
Old
Okay?
fashioned.
It's not even 6 months, Carl.
Hell
They
no.
swift, okay? You can go a whole year thinking you know somebody
Uh-huh.
and realize that you done been breadcrumbed, you done been groomed, and now this person is acting like somebody and you don't know what the hell's going on. Okay. So you need to give it time. You can't just date a person a year and be like, oh, I'm so in love with them. You may be in love, but don't be head over heels in love where you can't see yourself and don't know what
Mm-hmm.
you are doing and not thinking clearly, and you making plans for forever way too soon. That person has not had enough time to
Thank
show you
you.
who they truly are. You got to go through some stuff before a person will show you who they are.
I got Coach, please
Yeah.
me, ladies. Hallmark gonna get y'all fucked up, okay? I'm gonna be honest. It clouds your judgment, okay? Because they don't tell you about the digmatized. We're gonna get there in a second. But they
Yeah.
feed you a false narrative.
I didn't
See?
see. Yes.
They feed you a false narrative in which you find this man and you're going to have one big fight and then you guys are going to fall in love and that's going to be your forever. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Not everybody was raised with the same morals that you were. Not everybody
Oh,
wants the same things you want. You may want children. He may not want none. You may want a house with a white picket fence and he is fine with a penthouse on the umpteenth floor. You may want a Pinto and he may want a Cadillac. But I'm going to tell you this, ladies, this is the key to you finding your forever man. Being in an awkward situation and just enjoying the moment.
Mm-hmm.
If you can sit on the couch and watch Netflix without getting hot and bothered and getting goose pimples and exploring your carnivore ways of just flesh, just devouring flesh, that's a good strike. That's not a red flag. That's a check mark. That's good. When you can sit and talk to your person and be so engulfed and go from politics to religion to future to dreams to past mistakes, that is a check in the right direction. When you can feel that someone is feeding your soul and not in a monetary way, because a lot of people, girl, he got my nails did. I got this Brazilian bundle. But that's not love. That's control. That's a leash. Because see, I know you're superficial. So if I keep feeding your ego, you're going to do what I want you to do. You need to know the difference from someone that's feeding you, for feeding your soul, feeding that energy versus someone feeding your ego. Because see, your ego can deflate, pop real quick. But your soul, that thing that keeps you warm at night, that thing that lets you know, my man is going to ride with me. I had a rough day at work. He's going to massage my feet and actively listen. Actively listen. It's one thing. Now, going to that digmatize, it's fine and dandy because from what I hear, the most bummiest of bum ass people have quality, pure T grade A certified beef.
I ain't lying.
I heard they got some meat that'll have you looking deaf dumb.
I ain't lying. It's the truth. It's the truth.
And that's what it is.
Broke. Okay. Credit.
And sometimes
dropped by 200 points.
See, sometimes you may need that season. Sometimes you need that season of this is what it is, blow my back out. I'm okay. Use a hoe. I'm a hoe. We horrific. That's fine. Let's normalize that. That's a season.
You don't try to marry that. No.
You don't marry that. If he can blow your back out and you ain't, and that's it, that's all he's good for. But see, it's a difference when a man make love to you. Ladies, fellas, if you hear, give me the thumbs up because you know I'm telling you the truth. When someone dropped that ooh-wee on you, and in the words of my Brody Swain, when you get that granddaddy, that thing that make you want to thank your great-great-grandma for crossing the Jordan River just so she could meet your great-great-grandpappy, when someone is making love to your soul, that's different. See, that back breaking, that was good in the moment. But when somebody got your legs quivering and you over here trying to bite the middle of your fingers to see if you can bite through it, baby, that's a different kind of love. That's what you need to aspire to.
You're right. Every woman should experience being made love to and know the difference. One thing I do want to caution before we go to this last one and twirl on out of here. One thing I do want to caution people about, men and women in relationships. We oftentimes don't want to blame a person for their past, right? So I don't want to blame you for the things that you have been through in life. It's not your fault. Okay, true. It's true. The way a person grew up is not their fault. However, you need to be mindful of your person's past. For example, you need to ask questions about what their childhood was like. Because if you hear any type of childhood trauma and they have not resolved it and dealt with it in any way, that trauma is still with them. And it may not have jumped out on you yet, but you're going to start seeing signs of it. Things that they do, things that they say, the way that they operate, the way that they move. It's going to start coming out, okay? And it's dysfunctional behaviors. So, yeah, ask questions. No, it's not their fault, but yeah, you're an adult. Get some help for it.
And fellas, please stop using these women. And fellas, stop giving grade A prime beef meat either. Fellas.
No, I disagree.
Fellas, no.
No, listen. Men have to come with their A game up front. They have to.
Why? Why?
Because
Why?
because
Why? Why?
men have to come with their A game up front because we have to know that they can be control in that area. We will count you out too quickly. Okay, if you try to give us some lame. Men,
So,
you cannot slack. Sorry, but you can't. Okay,
fellas,
you
pick
have to
one.
come with your A game.
Pick ye who you gonna serve. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Stop coming with your A game. Because y'all be coming out here with the whirlwind 3000.2, and then y'all want to come with that granddaddy love it. Now you done got her sprung. Now you wondering why she blowing up your phone. Now you wondering why she done showing up to your mama house. See, y'all don't be listening to Sharon because she part man.
No.
Don't listen to her. She got a man mentality. She gonna get y'all messed up.
Carl, look, I'm trying to tell you the truth. Guys, don't listen to Carl. You have to give us your A game for. But look, I agree with you, Carl. Don't give it to everybody. Guys, be choosy too. Don't give it to the crazy girl. You know she crazy. You know she crazy. But y'all will hit anything.
Anything, fellas.
Don't do it.
Because everybody be like, everybody think.
Careful who you give it to.
Yes, because every fella I know be like, yo, she crazy, and so is that kitty. That kitty,
Exactly.
Oh my, and it's real cool until 9 months later, and that kitty done produced crazier.
Exactly.
Because what y'all need to realize is children are an upgraded version of their parents.
Father.
Me and my wife, we are the original. We are Earth, Wind, and Fire. And now my child is about to be 100% Pretty Ricky in the game. Cause baby, he off the chain.
You crazy. I cannot. But yeah, so guys, you do have to come with your A game. Don't stop sticking it everywhere. Okay.
Come with your A game, but have a discretion behind it. Don't give them a twofer. Because half the time these heifers don't even give you twofers. You get one or the other. You get a Southern Smile or the Northern Glory.
Hell no. You look, A game is A game, okay?
Okay, and Sharon, and look what your A game done got you. Look at your A game.
Hold up. I don't give up nothing.
Stalkers. You got people from the foundation of Freak Meat.
Ignore the harder they come, okay?
You got the founders from Freak Meat coming back.
And they will beat down your door, okay? So,
and that's your A game.
Yeah, ignore them. Uncle Dad says, man, that love bombing is shit's real. Yes, the love bombing. That's when they come on so strong in the beginning, right? They are perfect. Everything your heart desired. Now, what, y'all, oh my gosh, somebody tried to do the therapist that way. And I'm like, he think I'm stupid. But it's fun, so I'm gonna have fun. He's not forever, no way. But I'm gonna have fun with it, you know.
See?
But it's cool. I'm stupid. But yeah.
And that's that man mentality. See? Right there. Y'all see it for yourself. Sharon be trying to sit here and act real nonchalant.
I'm aware.
Real nonchalant. But trust and believe. You said what?
I'm aware of the signs, lady. Understand what love bombing and breadcrumbing, I call it breadcrumbing, what it looks like. It looks like that man that shows up and he is perfect. He is everything that you said you want, because in that one or two conversations where he was asking you all these questions, you told him everything that you wanted. Okay.
That part.
And now he created himself into being that. Okay. So he's saying that, oh yeah, I got this type of job or whatever. And I drive this car and I do this. And oh, I've done this for you. All of this stuff, you know, now he's this wonderful person that you already told him, because you gave him, you told him exactly what you wanted. He's designed himself to be it. You have not fact checked anything. You haven't met his friends. You haven't met his family. All the people that know he crazy and will tell you he crazy, he's kept from you, and you have not questioned it. Okay, so then you get down the road, and then they do something that's just like off, and what you think is out of character. No, that's really them.
That's who they is.
Whether it's out of the blue, he stops communicating with me and giving me the silent treatment. He was calling me every day, texting me every day. telling me where he's going, what time he's going to be there, what time he's getting back. And then the next day there's nothing. And he's acting stank like he got an attitude. You're like, well, what's wrong with you? And all of that to bring you, to suck you into him, right? Or he does something, that's just kind of like weird and strange, or he says something and you like, the hell?
Mm-hmm.
But then he plays it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
He plays it off and he goes back to love bombing you all over again. And then over time, he starts doing more and more of that crazy shit, right? So you got to pay attention. You got to know when you're getting played.
Look, Sharon, before you move to that the comments, let's normalize being mysterious, being aloof. Stop telling people off gate who you are and make them work for it. Y'all be out here with cliff notes, hieroglyphics. Y'all be having references. And I'm like, there's no art of love making. There's no art of pursuit. It's almost like we have navigated away from courting and actually being a boyfriend, girlfriend, and getting to know each other. You want to take them to meet your mama after 60 days. Your credit score hasn't even settled in yet.
You want to move
you're still under FICA.
Why he living with you after 6 months? Why he living with you, period? And it feels, especially that living together thing, it feels convenient. Well, we're together all the time anyway. We can save money and this. No.
No.
You got the right man and he don't need to save no money.
So let's normalize courting and dating. Like, we need to make that a hashtag. Come and pick
you up and drop you off.
Yeah. Walk you to the door. Give you a kiss on your cheek. I'll catch you in the morning, beautiful. Hey, call me when you wake up. Let's normalize really getting to know somebody rather than rating their quality off their head game or their private nether regions. Absolutely. And then wonder why your marriage dissolved in 364 days.
Y'all, he ain't got no sense.
It's that granddaddy.
Oh my gosh. So speaking of bringing up old stuff, you got that video from Thanksgiving. Oh, me eating chicken with a fork? Is that what we're talking about? What video are we talking about?
And she got the video, y'all.
I sent him one. Yes,
I've seen it.
Verified, Carl. Yes.
The food didn't look too bad, but it was definitely giving wedding reception. It was bad. Yeah. I'm gonna have to pull it up.
That's the damn truth, but it's after. Yes. So I had to spend the block one time because it won't the A game. So my wife and I lived together before we got married. Wasn't to save money, but we knew what we wanted. Okay, that is different too.
That is. Y'all, because and just how he said it, they lived together before they got married. I met my wife on the city bus and told her to her face, I was 17, about to be 18. And I was like, I'm going to marry you one day. One day I'm going to make you mine. And she flat out was like, who the hell tells somebody that? Me. I knew what I wanted. Since the day I laid eyes on her, I knew what I wanted and I was going to pursue that. Now, granted, did I have my shit together? Hell no. I was 17 living at my mama's house. Nope, I was 17. I had moved in with my cousin, then lived back with my mama house right when I graduated. But my life wasn't together, but I knew what I wanted and I was going to be the best version of me I could. And the one thing I could tell you, it ain't nothing like growing with your partner. It's a different experience. Like, she get on my damn nerves, I get on her damn nerves. And some days I would like to clothesline her, but I can't because I'm going to go to jail. But that's a relationship. That's a real relationship. It's not this shit you see on TV. A real relationship is I love you. You get on my nerves. Bring your stinking ass over here. Let's cuddle. Is you hungry? You want me to grab that off the top shelf? And then you blow that back out like it just like a new hip replacement. All of that consecutively.
Okay. I can with you on so many levels, but it's true. All of that is so true. And it's differences in phases of life when you get married. So when you get married young, you're in your 20s, you will have more of that growing with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
You may be on marriage number 2 in your 40s or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you're getting together at different stages. Once you are at an adult 30s 40s stage,
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't be on that struggle bus love that you may have engaged in your 20s. You need to have it more together. If you live together in your 30s and your 40s, it doesn't need to be for convenience. It needs to be because, like what Swain said, we want to be together. This is what we're doing. But not that you're living together because women, we settle, right? We want to be loved so dang on bad. We want somebody to be in this cold behind bed and warm our feet up so goddamn on bad. We will allow a person who we have questions about, people that we don't feel we got some deal breakers, that we're still mulling over, trying to figure out how we're going to allow it to slide. If you are having any of those thoughts, you need to check yourself and that relationship, because it's probably one that you need to leave. Yeah.
So Sharon, look, I'm gonna loop it right back to the title of this, losing someone. Sometimes you have to be okay with losing the old you.
Carl, that's the last phase, right? So remember your loved one while moving forward in life.
And sometimes
how do we still love this person and the things, there's you learn something from every relationship, right? There is something you will learn that will help you grow and be better for the next one. So you should never let the next person pay for it, Carl. Because if you let them pay it, you didn't grow and you didn't heal from this last one. So will know that you have grown and healed when you can thank that person for what they put you through. Thank you for helping.
I don't want to always agree with that, Sharon, because sometimes we spend so much time focusing on what we learn from the other person. Damn that. Let me flip the narrative, because this is how I am with my clients.
We don't stay there.
Sometimes you need to learn from yourself. What did you do? Did you diminish your values? Did you reduce your morals? Did you reduce yourself so that they could shine? See, we ain't going to do that in this next relationship. Yes. You're going to be a 100% authentically you. As we always want to look at that other person and what we did for them. Damn that. Look at the stuff you subtracted from you. Look at what you took away from your happiness, your joy, your mental stability, and fed into someone else's soul while your ass over here looking like one of them little starving Cambodian dogs.
That's exactly what I was talking about, Carl. We're on the same page. Yeah. Because all of those things helped you grow. Now you have a better self-identity, self-image, self-esteem, self-confidence once you work through it. So in the beginning phases, you may feel broken and hurt, and it's a terrible thing. But when you look back on it and evaluate yourself, a self-accountability is huge in relationships. What did I do wrong? What mistakes did I make? Well, exactly what Carl said. You did not prioritize yourself. You didn't look, you ignored all the red flags. Hold yourself accountable for all of those things. And that's the growth. That's the growth that you get from that person. Because you had to experience it. You had to experience it.
And this is going to be so good when I chop and screw these videos. This video got multiple messages, the more you know. Because this shit is amazing. We need to monetize this. This was a good damn show. Y'all, I hope you enjoyed it. Sharon, did you like it? Because we didn't have a lot of energy when we first came on.
Well,
but
we were talking about a very sensitive topic,
Yeah.
And but yeah. I'm ready to send y'all asses to bed though. So co-host, y'all.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you. We'll catch you in 2 weeks.
Maybe we can give them the next one for 2 weeks. Do you know where that one's gonna be?
Give
them a little something to look forward to.
I forgot. It's on my phone. What was it?
Hell, I don't know. Let's see.
It's on my phone. I don't remember. But look, y'all see Sharon didn't want to do the 12 days of Christmas again with me. Y'all see that, right?
Don't do that.
Y'all see that, right? Y'all see, because last year, just in case y'all don't know, please go back and watch. Sharon cheated. She hit me with a sob story and stole the title for last year. Don't be doing that, Slay. My fingers ain't that damn long.
You shouldn't even be that way. Look, Carl, we talking about cuffing season next.
Oh. The fireside is blazing bright, and he'll be caroling through the night with that Gok Gok 3000. Please tune in 2 weeks where we tell you different ways to unhinge your jaw.
Cuffing season. By the time we come back in 2 weeks, it'll be 59 days in cuffing season, y'all. So we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm done with y'all.
Look, tune in next week. Same black show, same black channel, and we'll catch you later. Bye.
Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the truth, where the truth don't lie. 3 T's, no lie.
Thank you. Tune in next week. Same black channel, same black host, and we'll holler at you at the same black time. Bye.
Right.